Welcome to the Six Figure Business Mastery Podcast, where every week Kirsten and Jeanne dive into the essential topics to fuel your business growth. From copywriting to course creation, mindset to video marketing, they've got you covered. Tune in for expert guest interviews on all things marketing and business, and learn how to work on your business, not just in it. So, get ready to unlock your business potential and take it to the next level.
Welcome, everyone. We're thrilled to have you. Today's topic is from scrolling to success, reclaiming 20 hours a week through social media detox and outsourcing. We know that social media, it can be a big old black hole, don't we? You start on it and you expect to spend just a few minutes there. You go there to do something specific, and then all of a sudden, you're miles away. You're looking at your friend of a friend of a friend from 30 years ago who's got some really great pictures of their holiday. It's just so easy to get lost.
Yeah, we hear that all the time from our clients when they're posting their own social media, which we recommend not doing, having someone else do it. But when they're posting, they just get lost, and like 2 hours of their day is gone. And I think that is so easy for all of us. And I love the comment that was made. The best way to grow your business is to be a creator and not a consumer. I thought that was just really a great piece of advice. I don't know who said it, but I think it's brilliant. So if we can figure out how to spend most of our time creating great content and managing our team who's creating great content and not actually hanging out on social media so much. And I'm not saying never hang out on social media, but one of the things we always ask is, are you counting that as work time, right? So if at 10 a.m. you were going to post some social media posts, the next thing you know, you looked up and it's noon, you really weren't working for 2 hours. So that's a way that we can all lose our day, right? And again, I think everyone's guilty of it to a certain extent. So again, how do you have a social media detox in the sense that you're not getting lost in there?
Yeah. It's just so easy to get lost in there. And I think for me, a couple of things is to plan your social media. And I even have to plan what I'm going to do when I get on social media. So I might sometimes write on a little sticky note. You need to figure out what next Tuesday's topic is, or you're going to post in this particular group, this really cool thing that you came up with. So I actually have to physically see something that helps me make sure that I'm not getting lost. And then also be conscious of what you're doing. Like sometimes you just have to say, whoa, hang on a minute. What am I doing? Am I doing work, or am I just cruising around, checking everything out?
Yeah. And I think we've had clients that say they set timers, which is brilliant. Like, I'm going to go in to a bunch of Facebook groups and comment and like other people's things. Give yourself 15 to 20 minutes and then get out of there. Because it's so easy to kind of go down that rabbit hole. So one of the things that we find that is really helpful for us, obviously we're big on outsourcing and using AI. So our virtual assistants really create the content. Once Jeanne and I have recorded our video for the week, or in this case, this podcast, what they're going to do is they're going to do all the editing for it. And then they're going to break it down into all of our social media content. So it's awesome to just be able to approve the content that someone else has done and then let them schedule it to post. And again, it helps keep you off of there during your work day. The other thing is our team actually replies to a lot of comments. So if someone's commenting, they will reply for us. However, if they don't know what to say, or they think it's someone we should really talk with, they just let us know. And then we go in and we take care of that. Because again, we do want to stay connected to everyone through the social media platforms, but sometimes we just can't do it all. So we do keep up with what they're doing. And then again, they notify us if it's something we really should jump in on and have a conversation about, which is incredibly helpful.
Yeah, it seems to be that people are in kind of two different schools of thinking. One is that if they don't post it themselves, then it's inauthentic. And I would say to that what they're posting for you is just making it look pretty and doing it in different formats, whether that's a carousel post or just a snippet of your video or a quote from you. So it's not inauthentic. If you then want to go back on whatever platform it is and speak to people directly when you have time and do it for business, that's a different animal. But we're talking about being consistent on social media. The other part is people who just don't want to deal with social media, but they know they need to be there. And that's fair too. Not everybody wants to get involved in every platform, but you can have a presence on every platform, because nowadays your audience is on a bunch of different platforms. So it makes sense to do that.
The other thing I really want to address here, because I feel like we're talking about saving 20 hours of time, and a lot of that is done through outsourcing. We hire and vet and train marketing virtual assistants for our client. But one of the things that, again, I think we're all guilty of it at some level, is it's safer to sit in Canva and create designs. It's safer to sit on Facebook or even LinkedIn and chat there. And I'm not saying it's not paying off. What I'm saying is kind of going down that rabbit hole of just losing time on social. And it's safer because you're not actually talking to people as far as like making sales calls or attending in-person networking events or online networking events, or maybe creating that new course you wanted to create. And a lot of that has to do with fear, right? It's safer to be able to kind of get lost on social than it is to actually move the needle in your business. But the problem with that is you don't have that discipline and that structure to do the things that are actually going to bring in money. Your business is always going to struggle. And that's something we don't want for ourselves, and we definitely don't want for our clients, and we don't want for you. So that's the question you have to ask yourself is, am I stalling and wasting time here because I don't want to do something that I know really needs to be done? Or I'm just afraid to do that follow-up call, or I don't know what to write in that follow-up email. So there's things that can be overwhelming, right? Or just make us feel like, oh, if we don't get that sale, we lost. So maybe if I don't follow up with them, then I don't actually have them tell me no, that they won't buy something from me, right? There's a big psychology that goes into the things that we do. And only you can really observe yourself and ask those questions and figure out how can you really be excited about your business and excited about helping your clients and really focus your time and energy on doing that to the best of your ability. And I can almost promise that for any of us, going down the social media rabbit hole and losing time is not it.
Definitely not it. And that's part of why we love video, is because it does showcase your knowledge, because really well, you are an expert in whatever it is that you do, because you work with clients, because you've got experience. And so, it's really valuable to showcase that, not just using a picture of someone and representing you, but to actually have you in there talking and showing it and getting excited and sharing what you already know. And we just think that those are the most powerful types of social media posts.
Content. Yeah, absolutely. So the other thing that's really exciting for all of us business owners is AI. I like to say it's coming fast and furious. It is really exciting, but we can't afford to waste time. So we have been training our team, and we've been training the virtual assistants for our clients using AI for the past couple of years. And we now have someone who actually helps out with all of that to make sure that we're looking at AI and figuring out, one, is it a valuable tool to use? Because just like social media, it can be a time suck. So we want to make sure that the tools that are right for our business we're using, and the tools that we're seeing coming fast and furious, that we're able to quickly evaluate them and then to identify why we may or may not choose to use them. Because again, AI, just like outsourcing and automation, is really going to change everyone's businesses. It's going to really allow everyone to level up really quickly, but it is a matter of figuring out what tools to use and then how to implement them without, again, going down a rabbit hole and spending hours and hours researching and trying to figure out how or what to use. So that's another thing that's really exciting right now.
Yeah, AI is really cool. Some of the things that it is doing. And I know some people are scared of it, and sometimes it's getting a bad rap. But at the end of the day, I think someone likened it to one of the big worldwide changes to how our business and lives run. And this is one of those things, kind of like the boom of the internet, when everybody started having internet, and then cell phones. That was revolutionary. This is one of those things. We really want our VAs to be trained on it so that they can help our clients understand it better. And the exciting thing is that our VAs want to be trained on it. They're really excited. That was some of the feedback we got from them in our last training, our paid internship with them, as they said, yeah, we want to be able to learn more about AI and how to use it. Love that.
And I think going back to the negative part, I like to look at people. Like, we're all good people, but we've all done crap things, right? So no person is perfect. And then the internet. The internet is amazing, but at the same time, it has a very ugly side. And it definitely changed the world in a lot of ways. And same thing with AI. It's definitely going to have negative sides. It's definitely going to change the world, some for the better and some for the worse. But I feel like, especially as small business owners, we can't necessarily afford to spend a lot of time reading about that and worrying about that. We really have to focus on figuring out what tools that we can use, how AI can help us grow our businesses, how AI can help our team grow our business so that we can keep up with what's going on. Because again, it's going to move us at the speed of light, right? So I feel like the internet and things like automation, all of those things have been amazing, but they kind of trickled out. And I think we mentioned this earlier, Jeanne, back when the internet first came out. Yes, that's how old we are. You were working for MTV, and we talk about how even large companies like that were kind of dragging their feet a little bit at getting on. So do you want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah. It was interesting that, they had to actually pay someone to get their domain names, mtv.com, vh1.com, because they hadn't had forward thinking enough to catch that before somebody else bought it. So it's just interesting that it's not only the small business owners that don't always adapt quickly, but the big companies have trouble with that as well. And actually, as a small business, you are more agile. You are more able to change some processes in your company quicker than a big company that needs the board of directors to do it with you or to approve it. Take advantage of that. I mean, that's a huge advantage to small businesses. It's just a matter of taking the time to learn it and to implement it. And some of the different types of AI are better than other AIs for different things. But it's totally worth your time to start listening to how it works and getting out there and trying it.
Yeah, because if you think about it, as a small business owner, usually the first thing that we are able to take advantage of as far as saving us time is automation. Using automation to send out like weekly emails or email sequences, using that kind of technology. The second thing that we've had was always outsourcing, being able to delegate to our virtual assistants. But now AI is also going to save us a ton of time. It's another tool. But what I love most is it's a tool that our virtual assistants can use, because I love that question. Is AI going to replace your virtual assistant? I personally don't think so. I think AI is just going to give our virtual assistant additional tools to use so that they can do their job better and faster, so we can delegate more tasks to them. That's how we're taking this on. And again, I don't know that, I guess in some roles you can replace people, but I think for a lot of smaller businesses where we have a high touch point with our customers and our clients, we still need to have that interface with them. That's what we need to do as the business owners. But again, having that support person who can learn the new AI tools, who can implement the new AI tools, who can even bring you up to speed on them, right? A lot of our clients' virtual assistants know the AI tools, but our actual clients don't, because they don't really need to. If the virtual assistant is using those tools and leveraging them to help the business grow, then they don't really have to know how to use them themselves. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's just exciting to see how it's evolving. And we just, like I said, we implore you to make sure that you are taking advantage of it in your business, and ideally somebody else taking advantage of it, like your virtual assistant, who then can, like Kirsten said, either show you how to do it, or there may be reasons you don't even need to know how to do it. But AI is, like she said, coming fast, and you need to jump on the bandwagon now for your business's sake.
But just like social media, don't go down the rabbit hole of acting like you're working. I don't mean that in a mean way, but we all do it. Like you get, I was on social media working. Well, now you work for 10 minutes and you spend an hour and a half just scrolling, right? It's the same with AI. Like, quickly look at the different tools that are available, delegate it to your virtual assistant to figure out how to use it, have a conversation about, is this the best tool for us, or should we try something else? So being able to move quickly like that and not going down that rabbit hole is going to really give you the time and the freedom to grow your business and have the life that you want, that's why we're all here.
It's definitely why we're all here. So, Kirsten, do you want to talk about a fabulous tool that we have, a freebie that we have that we're going to give everyone?
Yes, we're going to provide a masterclass that's going to talk about outsourcing. And so we'll put the link for that in the comments. And my mind went blank as to what it's called. So you love it? Just evaporated. The one that's on the top of my mind is the marketing, double your income with the marketing virtual assistant. And that is a guide So we'll put the link to that, and we'll also put a link to a masterclass that you can watch to figure out, is it time for you to outsource? Is it time for you to think about having someone else posting those social media posts and helping you edit your videos and getting your emails out and learning AI and leveraging those things for your business? So we'll give you those tools. And if you have any questions, let us know.
Thanks for listening to the Six Figure Business Mastery Podcast. If you enjoyed listening to this episode and you are ready to leverage video marketing on all online platforms, or maybe even start your own video podcast, then you need to check out the Done For You and Done With You program at themarketingvaadvantage.com and take your business to the next level.